Welcome into Utah Valley University for the second matchup of today's 5A state championship tournament. And we've got Spanish Fork and Skyline. Spanish Fork here after giving up a huge lead, 6-run lead in the seventh inning last night to Westfield. And they came as the number 1 seed and defending state champions. And they've got Skyline. So Skyline 15-18 on the year and the 21 seed.
Yeah, and a tough loss for the Spanish Fork Dons last night. 7 runs in the top of the 7th inning for the Westfield Longhorns to take the lead and take the win last night. Now having to play a 1:30 game or the Dons, and I would bet that they are hungry and wanting to get back on this field and get another chance at Westfield today.
Yeah, what a fantastic game that was last night. And I imagine Maple Mountain kind of had the same situation with Pleasant Grove. They lost a tough game yesterday. They came out, they seemed focused and ready to play, and I would suppose we're going to see the same thing from Spanish Fork.
Yeah, and they've got not an easy thing. A lot of people would look at the record of Skyline and say, hey, this would be a Spanish shouldn't be too afraid here, but this is a team. As Pedroza hits the first batter, Nixon Warren right in the back. This is a carbon copy of what we saw in game 1. First pitch right in the back.
Square in the middle of the back. So, well, if we get a single and a home run with the next 2 pitchers, we're going to have some deja vu all over again.
Yeah. And like I was saying, Skyline is a gritty, hard-playing team that never goes down easy. So this is going to be a battle today in game 2 of day 3 of the 5A state tournament.
So Stephen Pedroza, the pitcher for Skyline, is on the hill. Sammy Dart, first baseman, at the plate for Skyline. Nixon Warren on first. Top of the first inning. Pedroza deals outside. Ball 2.
Sammy Dart went 2 for 4 in the loss last night to Westfield with a single and a double.
Girls with the 2-0. This is high and outside. So yet to throw a strike here early on. Pedroza with a 7.23 ERA and 1-0 on the year. His 10th appearance here today.
Normally they're starting shortstop.
And strike 1. Sammy Dart. Hitters count here. And he gets a free pass. We saw last game, 12 runs scored by Maple Mountain on just 7 hits. So once you get to this point in the tournament, as we talked about, your arms start to be your weakness. And as soon as you got to have somebody step up and overperform. So we'll see if Pedroza settle down here. He faces Trig Clower, the catcher. Breaking ball misses. Clower hits .405, 4 home runs, 9 doubles, and 30 RBI.
2 for 5 night last night with a double and a triple.
Clower line drive into right center. It's going to get in the gap, cut off. He's pushing for second base. And he's in safe, drives in a run. Trig Cloward with a nice line drive.
Well, not quite the home run that we saw in the first game with this, but yeah, 2 runners get on free passes. Trig Cloward takes that 1-0 pitch, drives it into right center, scoring a run. Runners at second and third, nobody out.
Pratt Morley, left fielder. Morley hits .333. He's also got 4 home runs. Pedroza pitches, misses outside. It's kind of a double-edged sword. These hard-hitting teams, you've got to stay around the strike zone, but you've got guys on second, third, cleanup hitter at the plate. You've got to be careful not to put it on a tee. Pedrosa gets a swing and a miss from Morley. Count goes 2-1. Again, runners Dart Cloward on third and second. Pedrosa with a bender. This is wide. Seen a lot of breaking balls early from Pedrosa. Three 1 count. Swing. Fouled back. Out of play. So Morley goes full. If you return a foul ball to the announcer's booth, we will give you a coupon for a free frosty, courtesy of One Piece. Oh, plunked on the melon.
Breaking ball to the helmet.
So Brett Morley might have a little bit of a ring to that. You've ever been hit in the head with a baseball. Doesn't feel good even if it is a curveball. So the base is loaded for Ty Johnson, the DH. Spanish Fork looking to put a cricket number up here in this first inning. No outs. Already 1 run and 1 hit. Bases loaded. Johnson swings and misses.
Yeah, if I like Johnson's swing there, understanding he's going to get a chance. He's probably going to get a pretty good first pitch to hit as Pedrosa doesn't want to fall behind, coming out hacking.
Curveball hit into center field, pushes the center fielder back, but he comes up deep enough, score a run, throw to third, not in time. So Ty Johnson with a sac fly, run scores, and 1 out. Runners on first and second now for Jason Pintar. Now batting number 4, Jason Pintar. So already 3 free passes for Spanish Fork. Mendoza deals. Bunt. Tipped up, foul ball, and not able to get there. Peyton Papadakis, the catcher for Skyline.
A good effort by pitcher Pedrosa and Papadakis at the catcher. Just bunted too far to go and get Jason Pintar yesterday. 0 for 2 day with a sacrifice and a walk.
Wind blown out. Pintar waits on the 0-1. Squares around, fouls it back again. Please return the foul balls to the announcer's booth and receive a free frosty, courtesy of One Piece.
Pintar frustrated there. Obviously not getting the job done as needed. 2 foul balls, both in the air on a bunt. Coach third base, encouragement, says, hey, all good, go get it now.
Make up for by putting the ball in play here. Swing and a miss. And 3-pitch strikeout for Steven Pedrosa, his first of the game. And second out. Brings Cody McLean to the plate. Now batting for the Browns, number 20, Cody McLean. McLean is sophomore, hits .380. 30 hits on the year.
3 for 3 day yesterday with a walk.
He hit the ball well yesterday. Pedrosa fakes the throw to third, fakes the throw to first. Attempt to see what was on with Spanish Fork. 2 outs. Runners on first and third. McLean waits. Looked like he almost was going to square to bunt, but with 2 strikes, highly unlikely. And he gets ball 1. Johnson takes off and unable to handle the pitch. Papadakis doesn't get the throw down to second, so stolen base there. Count goes 1-1. So runners now, second and third for McLean. Pulls one to third. Plays made. Throw over to first. And an out. So Cole Muse, nice play for Skyline. But Spanish Fork starts off 2-0 lead after top half of the inning.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
TapSpend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
And welcome back to UCCU Ballpark here at the campus of Utah Valley. Heading into the bottom of the first, we'll announce Skyline's lineup. Leading off is Stephen Pedroza. Pitching today, Peyton Papadakis will be batting second. Cole Muse, third. Andrew Johnson, fourth. Abe Wilson, fifth. Hayes Marshall will be batting sixth and playing left field. Mason Papadakis playing center field today, batting seventh. Mason Morgan playing second base, batting eighth. And Zayden Butcher will be the DH today in the 9 spot. Defensively for Spanish Fork, left field we have Pratt Morley. Center field we have Nixon Warren. Right field we have Boston Duval. Starting at third base we'll have Jason Pintar. Shortstop is Cohen Nelson. Second base Cody McLean. First base Sammy Dart. Behind the plate will be Trig Cloward. And starting today for the Spanish Fork Dons will be Sway Nielsen.
Sway Nelson with a 1.47 ERA, 3-0 record. So, pretty good pitcher out on the mound for Spanish Fork. And again, they lost a tough one last night, looking for a win here against Skyline to get into a rematch. And Skyline, we'll see if they can put some guys on base against tough pitcher Nelson. So Pedroza starts things off for the Eagles, 345 batting average, 30 hits and 20 RBI on the year, 5 doubles. And again, Pedroza, the starting pitcher today for Skyline. First pitch, strike. Pedroza's crowds have played a little bit. Both those first 2 pitches were inside. Second one misses a little bit high. A couple of breaking balls to start things off. Count 1-1. And he drills him. Hardly anybody's been hit today. So the leadoff runner on base for leadoff hitter Pedroza, also the pitcher. And we'll see if they're going to run for him. It doesn't look like it. So Peyton Papadakis, a catcher. 304 average. 14 RBI on the year. And Pedroza for the lead. Nelson starts off. Strike 1. Papadakis lets one go high. And the count evens out 1-1.
And Nielsen needs to settle down here. Ball's our first pitch of this about was a good one. Nice, well spot on the outside corner. Both those pitches have been high. Can tell he's just riding a little adrenaline right now.
Papadakis, fly ball, foul territory down the right side. And unable to make the play. Boston Duval in right field for Spanish Fork.
Out of all the games that we've seen in the past 3 days, I think I've seen one ball not make it to the bullpen that's hit from a right-hand hitter, not just fade into the bullpen. That was the first one right there. Still unable to get it. It's Duvall. Oh,
Bean's another guy. So, atypical start for Sway Nilsson, one of the top pitchers in the state, 1.47 ERA. And now we've got a runner come in. Looks like that's number 21.
Thornton.
Dallas Thornton. The runner. Cole Muse, third baseman now, steps in. No outs. Runners on first and second. Sway Nelson's hit the first two batters. Misses high. Anything can happen in an elimination game like this, and the pressure builds the later you go in these tournaments. And so, see if Nelson can kind of settle things down and get composed. Good pitch there. Swing and a miss by Muse. Papadakis on first. Pedro's on second. And ball outside. Pushes the count to 2-1.
Muse ready to take a big old hack, able to hold it back.
Pitch. Wow, that looked good. Called ball 3. So 3-1 now. And Muse, hitter's count for sure. He's looking for his pitch here. Muse lays off the high fastball, and bases are loaded up for number 99, Andrew Johnson. Think they call him the wild thing?
Maybe. Well, I mean, if there's a guy at the plate, or if you want to put a guy at the plate for Skyline, this is your guy. He was 4 for 4 last night, scoring 2 runs, driving in a couple.
Averages .361, 23 RBI, and he's got 3 home runs.
Now batting number 99, Andrew Johnson.
So brief talk on the mound for Spanish Fork. Bases loaded, no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Skyline. Johnson swings, ground ball to third. Plays made, throw on the run. And Andrew Johnson drives in the first run as Pedrosa comes across and pushes the score to 2-1.
Spanish Fork feeling pretty happy to take give up a run for an out here with nobody out with bases loaded. Skyline happy to take the run right there.
Pintar really didn't have any choice but first base. The ball's hit to his left, moving away from home plate. No way to come home with it. So Abe Wilson, now the right fielder, steps in for Skyline. Wilson delivers a strike. Swing and a miss.
And you're sitting in a good spot if you're Skyline here. No force on the base pass except at first. Runners at second and third. Need a productive out here or a base hit, preferably a base hit.
Ball outside.
Nearly a wild pitch. Good job by Trig Cloward.
Infielders playing back in the middle. Hoping for a double play ball. So Wilson steps in, 1-1. There's the count, 1 out. Bottom of the first. And he gets beamed. It's a plunk fest today.
Yeah, and looking at where Trig Cloward was set up, that ball looked like it was supposed to be maybe a breaking ball middle. and just clearly a miss to the inside.
So that's 3 already.
Yeah, 4 free passes this inning and 5 batters, and via the 3 hit batsmen and 1 walk. But still a 2-1 lead for the Dons.
Wilson at the plate. Watches a strike go by.
Yeah, and I think if you're Nielsen, you're happy to see a left-handed hitter standing in the box. Sometimes you just need something to change the way you're seeing the zone.
Hayes Marshall at the plate. And he takes strike 2.
Yeah, you can tell, obviously more comfortable. First 2 pitches painted on the outside corner.
He's worked that side of the plate to both righties and lefties. Bases loaded, 1 out. And a foul ball out of play, left side. So Hayes Marshall stays alive. This would be a big spot here to be able to push another run across and tie things up for Skyline with the bases loaded here. Got to take advantage of opportunities against a good team like the Spanish Fork. And the pitch, this is wide left.
Hayes Marshall with an RBI single yesterday in their game against West Jordan.
Marshall hits .382 on the year. 1 home run. Nilsson delivers. Swing. Ball gets through the infield. And Hayes Marshall comes through. Throw to the plate. Not in time. And the Skyline Eagles take a 3-2 lead on Hayes Marshall. 2-run single. And he just hung in there. 1-2 count. Just stayed on that fastball. Got it through the infield. And just like that, Sway Nilsson is going to get pulled out of the ball game after just 1 out in the top of the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, tough. Tough. You're Nielsen. You have the mindset. You know you're pitching this game. You know you're coming in after a tough loss last night. And you want the ball, and just unfortunate, unable to get out of the first inning. 3 runs for Skyline. But when you give those free passes like that, it's bound to happen that someone's going to come through and punch some runs across. Skyline has done just that.
So Wahlberger comes in out of the bullpen. Rhett Wahlberger.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Spanish Fork, number 31, Brett Wahlberger.
A little bit of a surprise start to this one.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have expected the Skyline Eagles to come out and pop 3 runs in the bottom of the first, especially after going down 2 runs by the Spanish Fork Dons. But that has been what we have seen out of the 5A state tournament thus far, is teams that will put runs on the board and the offensives just show up for the next half inning and get it done again.
A lot of good answers by teams, and we talked about it. A lot of times it takes a lot of mental toughness to be able to come back and a lot of confidence in yourself and in your teammates. But when you have that, you see the results, and these, top teams in the state left of the tournament able to put runs on the board. So Skyline with a 3-2 lead, runners going, throw down to third. It's not in time. Stolen base for Abe Wilson. And Hayes Marshall right behind him. So runners now in scoring position for Mason Papadakis, the center fielder.
Abe Wilson shaking up on the play. Maybe came down on a little bit. Third baseman had to jump up to catch the ball. Came down on top of him a little bit. Coach Hayes putting hitters in motion. A hit and run. First pitch on a new pitcher.
Doing whatever you can do. I mean, you're a
like it.
21 seed against the defending state champs and the number 1 seed, and I like the aggressiveness. So Mason Papadakis at the plate, infield in, squares the bunt, pulls it back, ball 1.
Coach Hayes for Skyline, his alma mater, Spanish Fork High School.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Papadakis squares again, puts it down on the right side. Play made at home. Called out. What a fantastic play by Sammy Dart at first base. And they were playing in. He charged a pretty good bunt, but where Dart started out, he had plenty of time and able to get the ball to Cloward. And they get A. Wilson at the plate. So aggressive call there by Coach Hayes. Doesn't work out, and now runners on the corners put 2 outs as Mason Morgan, second baseman, comes to the bat.
Yeah, and you look at the call by Coach Hayes here. He's thinking, we've got 3 runs this inning. We've got the lead. We're able to put some, let's just keep the pressure on him. Tries a safety squeeze, just unfortunate it didn't work out.
And Wahlberger looks like it fouled off. It either hit him or hit his bat. Mason's telling the ump, I think, that it hit the bat. No, he's not. He's going to get a free base. And Spanish Fork, 5th free pass here in this first inning. Skyline stays alive. Zayden Butcher comes to the plate.
Yeah, still having a conversation. Coaches from Spanish Fork trying to understand.
So Morgan didn't act like he thought he got hit by the pitch.
And now bring the umpires together and try to make sure that we get the right call here.
It looked like a foul ball from my perspective, but I kind of based that on Morgan's reaction. Typically, when you get hit by a pitch, you know you got hit by a pitch. You're going down the baseline, but he stood in the batter's box for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough to understand where it hit him. But see what the call becomes. Looking at a foul ball, I believe, or a hit batsman at this point.
Maybe he had one of the arm protectors that was hit and he just didn't feel it. But all right.
Awarded first base.
Awarded first base. So once again, bases loaded at the plate now. Zayden Butcher, the DH. Butcher hits 286, 12 RBI on the season.
Spanish
Now
Fork
the Spanish
coaching
Fork
staff pushing the coaches back in the dugout.
There's a little pressure on a coach to repeat, especially he comes in as a 1 seed, and now he's been warned. So the Spanish Fork fans not happy either. But Spanish Fork, they need to throw strikes. 5 free passes. They've only given up 3 runs, but they've got bases loaded. And Skyline really with a golden opportunity. Zayden Butcher can put the ball in play and get a hit, put on a couple of more runs. So Skyline will be running on contact with 2 outs. Rhett Wahlberger delivers, strike. Counts 0-1. Butcher lays off With an outside pitch. Evens the count of 1.
Trying to locate on the outside there, just missing.
Wahlberger throws it by him. You know, you got the 9-hitter at the plate. You've got to throw him strikes. You can't afford to turn this lineup over again and get back to the top. Wahlberger ahead 1-2 now.
Butcher fully capable last night, 2 for 4. 2 singles.
And swing and a miss. So Wahlberger strikes out Butcher to end the inning, but Skyline answers and they lead 3-2 at the end of the first. We'll be back after this.
Baseball and softball injuries are difficult, especially when you're trying to continue competing at a high level. At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes overcome pain, improve performance, and stay on the field longer. From shoulder and elbow injuries to back and hip and knee pain, our experts understand the unique demands of throwing, hitting, and rotational sports. Whether you're a competitive, collegiate, professional, or recreational athlete, our individualized approach is built specifically for baseball and softball players. Visit athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today.
All right, first pitch is a strike from Pedroza as we start the second inning. Skyline on top of Spanish Fork 3-2. Spanish Fork comes in as the top seed in the tournament. Tough loss last night to Westfield. Now they're facing 21 seed Skyline. And Skyline with a 3 spot at the bottom of the inning to take the lead. So another breaking ball, swung on and fouled back. Boston Duvall, the right fielder, on the plate for Spanish Fork. Pedroza. And this one's lined softly and it hits the line. Stay safe. So Boston Duvall, kind of a little looper into right field that looked like it was going to go right, push right, but looking at the flag out beyond center field, it is going right to left. So that win kept that safe. It hit the chalk line, and Spanish Fork starts off with a single.
Well, and Abe Wilson caught looking out there thinking it's completely foul. Wasn't even trying to attempt after maybe 4 or 5 steps thinking it's completely foul. Hits the chalk line, and Abe Wilson or Boston Duvall to be able to get a double on that type of a hit.
Cohen Nilsson, ground ball to shortstop. Tries to make the play at third, and he gets him. What a play.
Good call there. I like that. The idea to be able to get a lead runner like that, seeing the runner run right in front of you. Good play by the shortstop to get him the lead runner out at third.
So Carson Atkinson, the shortstop, made the nice throw. Cole Muse puts a tag on at third, and they get the lead runner. 1 out now. Cohen Nilsson on first. Nixon Warren at the plate, leadoff hitter for Spanish Fork.
Hit by a pitch in his first at bat. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot if we go through this again at some point.
I think most of the kids have been hit so far. Ball low. 1-1 our count. Top of the second inning, Spanish Fork back to the top of the order after scoring 2 runs in the first. Pedroza misses outside. Count goes to 2-1. Curveball, fouled back. Evens the count 2-2, 2-2. So Warren waits for the pitch from Pedroza. Breaking ball just above the zone. So count goes full.
Now, we've seen the Dons be pretty aggressive here. Sometimes they'll send this runner on a 3-2 count, even with one out.
He doesn't go. Didn't need to. Ball 4.
Now batting number 6, Sammy Dart.
Dart with a walk his first at bat. Steps in. And runners on first and second. One out. Dart swings. Ball popped up on the infield. Looks like it's in foul territory. And Andrew Johnson makes the play. 2 outs.
Pedroza happy about that. Get a fly ball in foul territory for the second out of the inning after giving up a walk.
A heavy hitting Trig Cloward at the plate now. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Pedroza trying to get out of this with no damage done after giving a couple of free passes up. This is outside, ball 1. Cloward waits and watches breaking ball come in for strike 1. Another good pitch.
Yeah, that's a great pitch there. He's been missing a little up with that breaking ball, and then watching it, that hitter's been watching by that one's good on the outside half to be able to clip the zone.
Goes back to it. Cloward pulls it down the third base line, gets by the third baseman. It's going to score 1 run, and Cloward into second with a double. And Spanish Fork ties it up at 3.
And Trig Cloward, that ball actually almost looked like a ball, but he was not going to give it any chance to be called a strike. Takes it in his own hands, turns on it, hits it hard down the third baseline, scoring a run for the Spanish Fork Dons to tie this game. Great piece of hitting there.
So Orton into pinch run for Trig Cloward, the catcher. And that brings up left fielder Pratt Morley. Runners on second and third. Breaking ball misses just above the zone. This is way outside. Feels like this tempo, he's getting a little hurried up.
Yeah.
Sped up a little bit the last couple of pitchers. Again, ball 3, way outside. Morley hit by a pitch last time he was up. Watches the 3-0 strike catch the outside corner. We'll see if Pedroza comes back with a fastball or not. Low misses, ball 4. So base is loaded up for Spanish Fork. And Ty Johnson, sac fly RBI in the first inning.
And Matai Johnson didn't miss that pitch by much as a sac fly. It was hit well to center field. I think he may finds any more barrel than he found last time. We may see a big swing right here.
Center fielder playing shallow. Ball misses, so catches the outside corner. Drills would love to get out of here. A timeout. Pedroza steps off. Love to get out of here without giving anything else up here. Spanish Fork capable of putting a big number up at any point. Good pitch again. Kind of found that groove and been able to throw that for a strike. Be interesting to see how long before Spanish Fork figures that timing up. One and two. Ball in the dirt, and Papadakis knocks it down enough, and Warren goes back to third. Johnson just feels like he's waiting for a fastball. Seen a couple of breaking balls in the dirt. Now 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Johnson swings and misses, and Pedroza gets out of the jam. So at the end of the top of the second inning, Spanish Fork Skyline all tied up at 3. Welcome back to Utah Valley University. Dave Harrison and Mike Matthews. State 5A baseball tournament. Bottom of the second inning now. Pedroza, the pitcher, it looks like he came out with holding his arm, come in to hit. He's a leadoff hitter. And takes a strike on the outside corner from Rhett Wahlberg.
Yeah, Pedroza in obvious pain after that last pitch. Kind of bent over, walking in, and everybody's kind of high-fiving him. He didn't even want anybody to touch his arm. Moving it now just fine, now that he's hitting.
Swing and a miss. Some action down there as Skyline gets a new arm warm. Can't see the number from here, but. And swing and a miss, so a strikeout from Pedroza. Rhett Wahlberger comes in and heating things up a little bit. Feels like he's a little more relaxed than he was coming in to that last inning. So Papadakis, catcher, walked the first time.
I got hit the first time.
Oh. Strike one. Papadakis didn't like it, thought it was outside. Wahlberg delivers. Outside corner, strike 2.
Spanish Fork Don's happy about this. Wahlberger filling up the zone right here.
Bouncing ball foul. And Wahlberger in for Sway Nelson, the starting pitcher, who came out after just 1 out in the first inning. Just unable to find the strike zone. Foul ball, out of play. So 0-2 count on Peyton Papadakis. Wahlberg inside, swung on. Papadakis stays alive.
Multiple arms going down and they're getting loose in the Skyline bullpen.
Curveball just misses inside.
Great pitch by Wahlberger. He's freezing Papadakis on the inside, thinking that's a ball.
Comes back inside with a fastball. It's popped up to the infield. Colin Nelson, the shortstop, makes the play. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. And Cole Muse, third baseman for the Eagles, is next to hit. Feels like Wahlberger's found a little bit of groove now.
Mm-hmm.
Now batting for Skyline, number 14, Cole Hughes.
Wahlberg delivers quickly. Ahead 0-1.
Well, you got to think of the mental approach for Wahlberger. I mean, he's thinking he's got his teammate Nielsen, who's usually dealt this year. He's a good pitcher, thinking he's probably not looking to enter into a game until probably maybe the fourth, maybe the fifth, kind of at the earliest. And here he is rushing down to the bullpen with nobody out in the first inning, and then ends up having to come into the game after only one out.
Line drive into right field, pushes the right fielder back, but he's got room and makes the play. Duvall in right field. So Wahlberger, a 3-up, 3-down inning. Good job by Spanish Fork. And so at the end of 2, we're all tied at 3.
While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it is your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program.
So it looks like Carson Atkinson, who was the DH, now comes in for Skyline on the hill. As we mentioned, Steven Pedroza out at pitcher with a sore arm, but I see him out on the infield, it looks like, walking around.
Well, he's talking to the dugout right now. He just made a throw across that diamond. He is flexing his hand, his wrist. I don't think he's going to be – he's now walking off the field. And he's not going to be able to go. So an obvious arm injury for Pedroza. Coach Hayes now having to make a choice of who to put in for Pedroza at shortstop. That's where he was playing.
And he's their leadoff hitter, too.
Yeah. We can move him into the DH spot and still have him hit, but defensively they've got to now move people around.
Now they're bringing Hayes Marshall in from left field. An unusual delay between innings for Skyline to try and figure out their defense after Pedroza's got to come out.
Looks like they're going to move Andrew Johnson to third base. Move looks like their third baseman, Cole Muse, over to shortstop. Number 30 just ran out to the outfield for left field. Unfortunate.
Wyatt Crowell.
Yeah, unfortunate for Pedroza. We hope he's okay.
So Atkinson with his first pitch, and it's in for a strike. Tie ball game here at the top of the third. Third baseman Jason Pintar for Spanish Fork at the plate. Pintar swings. Ball's popped up on the infield, foul territory. And the play is made. Andrew Johnson at first base. Excuse me. Hayes Marshall now at first base.
And Pintar is struggling right now at the plate. Struck out his first at bat, and then a pop up into foul territory in the infield. You know he wants to get his bat going, and that is a potent bat that Spanish Fork Dons that's just not producing right now.
Go to McLean at the plate for Spanish Fork now. One down here in the top of the third inning. Skyline, Spanish Fork all tied at 3. A line drive into left field, and just foul. Well hit ball there. Just a little bit out in front. Pushes the count to 1-1 now. Cody's made good contact all tournament.
Mhm.
He's with the bat on the ball. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. And Atkinson on the mound. Ball 2, that one in the dirt. So to speak, it's turf, but Atkinson, another delivery, fouled back. So McLean still stays alive.
Atkinson had to hurry to get loose to be able to get out here with Pedroza coming out of the game. It's good to see him coming out and attacking hitters like he is, trying to get ahead.
McLean swings and fouls another one back. Just a little bit out in front. So Atkinson delivers a 2-2. Swing, ball pulled down the third baseline, foul.
Steady dose of off speed.
And out in front of just about everything. See if we can time that up. Keep it between the lines. So Atkinson again with the 2-2. McLean. Lets ball 3 go by. Count is full. Line drive into right field. And play is made. Abe Wilson in right field. So 2 outs. Atkinson comes in and gets his first 2 batters faced out of the game. So that brings up number 9, Boston Duvall.
Now batting number 9, Boston Duvall.
You know, the longer this game stays close, the scarier it becomes for Spanish Fort. The Skyline really has nothing to lose. There you come in as a 21 seed, 15-19 record. Ground ball to third. Plays made. Throw over by Johnson.
Ah, he dropped
and
it.
the ball is unable to be handled by Hayes Marshall at first base. So Andrew Johnson, the starting first baseman, now at third base, unable to get the throw across. And so Duvall reaches on an error.
Now at the plate number 1.
It's too bad because Atkinson came in and made some really good pitches there, got a ground ball.
Yeah, he's definitely doing his job out there on the mound. Sometimes when you have those quick changes like they had to make, Andrew Johnson just unable to. He kind of bobbled it in the beginning, had to hurry the throw a little bit.
Cohen Nilsson with a drive into left. And it is caught for out number 3. So Atkinson does his job, comes in, retires Spanish Fork, and the game remains tied 3-3. We'll be back the bottom of the third after this.
So now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tap responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
So getting set to start the bottom of the third inning here at Utah Valley University, UCCU Ballpark. Dave Harrison, Mike Matthews. KSL Sports Rewind broadcast of the 5A State Baseball Tournament. Pretty good game so far. Andrew Johnson takes the ball outside. And again, both teams are on their second pitcher of the game. Sway Nelson got knocked out after just 1 out in the first inning. Wahlberger's come in and played well since. Johnson, ground ball, shortstop. Throw across the diamond in time. Out number 1. So Skyline's got 3 runs on 1 hit. Spanish Fork, 3 runs on 3 hits.
Yeah, despite all the turmoil and lots of base runners in the first couple innings, we still see a score of 3-3. You can kind of see the pitchers have settled in now.
Wade Wilson lays a bunt down the left third base line, and it drifts foul. Good
Really?
idea about it there.
Yeah, absolutely like that idea. Third baseman playing very back. I think if he even puts that remotely close to the line, he's safe all day long. That one just down the line for the majority of the time and then foul at the very end.
Close to perfect. Not quite. So Wilson steps back in, the right fielder. Ball misses high from Wahlberger. Wahlberger with a 1.75 ERA, so he's a fantastic pitcher in his own right. Delivers, and a dribbler down the third base line, foul.
Abe Wilson hit by a pitch in the first inning, one of the many. Joking around, I don't know what the average hit by pitch is per game, but I imagine it's closer to 2 or 3, maybe even less than that. I think we saw 4 in the first inning.
We've definitely hit the over on that. So a strikeout there from Wahlberger. A Wilson caught looking, and second out of the inning.
Pitch by Wahlberger. Just to paint the outside corner. Really no chance that Abe Wilson had there to do much of anything with that pitch.
So Hayes Marshall started in left field, now playing first base. Steps in. Watches ball 1 high. Good pitch there from Wahlberger, strike 1. Evens the count 1-1.
Well, you mentioned that Wahlberger seems to have settled down just a little bit, and you are seeing it here in the last 2 innings where he has come out and thrown a strike within the first 2 pitches of each at bat.
Like maybe a change up there. Swing and a miss, so ahead in the count 1-2 now. Hayes Marshall. Swings, fouls it off. Left side, out of play. Somebody's going to get a free frosty out of that.
A lot of extra hustle out of the little kids out there. Usually going after a ball just for fun anyways, but it seems to be a few more going after it.
And the ball popped up into left field, and running in to make the play, Pratt Morley. So 3 up, 3 down again for Wahlberger. Nice job from Spanish Fork, and we're tied 3-3 after 3.
Baseball and softball injuries are difficult, especially when you're trying to continue competing at a high level. At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes overcome pain, improve performance, and stay on the field longer. From shoulder and elbow injuries to back, hip, and knee pain, our experts understand the unique demands of throwing, hitting, and rotational sports. Whether you're a competitive, collegiate, professional, or recreational athlete, our individualized approach is built specifically for baseball and softball players. Visit athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today.
Top of the lineup for Spanish Fork as we get set to begin the 4th inning. Carson Atkinson on the mound, who has come in relief of Stephen Pedroza, who hurt his arm. and had to come out of the ball game. Skyline had to switch up their defense quite a bit, and they've got Johnson back at first now. Scores the bunt, strike one.
Yeah, Coach Hayes having to bend his brain a little bit more than he was hoping to have. I mean, losing a key player in his lineup and starting shortstop, starting pitcher for tonight as well.
So Jones now at third base for Skyline. Pitch from Matson hit hard. Deep center field. Drifting back. Over his head. Bounces on the warning track. And he's going for third. Triple to start this fourth inning. Nixon Warren got a hold of that.
Yeah, center fielder drifting back and seemed like he had a beat on it because he wasn't running overly hard, and that ball just seemed to keep going on him and just made it over his head, unable to make the play. Triple to start off the inning.
You like to see him turn and run to a spot, get there, settle under ball. Looked like he had plenty of time, and it may have drifted. There's obviously some wind up there, but good start there. Nixon Warren with a triple. And a meeting on the mound with Skyline. I think it's important for Spanish Fork to put some runs up here in this fourth, fifth inning. You don't want to get to the sixth, seventh inning tied or too close, because you let a team hang around too long, they start to believe and anything can happen.
Will make you pay. Yeah, and the Spanish Fork team is well disciplined, well coached. We've seen them explode in the fourth and fifth innings both days of this tournament.
Maybe talking some bunt strategy. As Dart at the plate looks at strike one. Warren's fast. Warren got around the bases quick there. Pitch swung on. Fly ball to center field. Warren tags. The throw is offline. And Spanish Fork converts. And they take the 4-3 lead. One out here in the top of the fourth inning. And Trig Cloward, the catcher, comes to the plate.
Good job by Sammy Dart there to hit a ball deep into the outfield. Produce a run for the Spanish Fork Dons.
Cloward looks at a strike.
Man, little plays like that ball not being caught in center field there. You look at the difference in a win and a loss in a championship type situation. And sometimes it's those type of plays that good team, you've got to make those plays and just don't give good teams chances to take the lead on you.
Pop fly into center field. And this one's caught. And yeah, you're a 21 seed. You've really got to play perfect defensively. Make some plays that maybe you're not normally going to make. You definitely can't give up triples. So 2 outs now. Excuse me, 1 out. Atkinson high. Oh, 2 outs. One and one. Swinging a ball fouled straight back that time by Morley. Pretty good hack at it there.
Morley on base twice today. Hit by a pitch in the first and walked in the second.
Warren put good wood on that ball, but other than him, Atkinson's really given up soft contact. A lot of weak foul balls. See if he can stay ahead of these hitters. 2-2. Again, foul ball. Swing and a miss. And Atkinson gets a big strikeout there. Spanish Fork picks up another run, pushes their lead 4-3. We'll be back after this.
While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program.
Back here at Utah Valley University, Dave Harrison and Mike Matthews getting ready for the bottom of the fourth inning. Mason Papadakis, the center fielder for Skyline, steps in. Rhett Wahlberg still on the mound for Spanish Fork. First ball swinging, foul back, strike one. See if Skyline can answer. They answered the first time. If they can't come back here. Wahlberger's been pretty strong. Put up 3 zeros in the second, third, or 2 zeros in the second and third.
Yeah, after a fairly exciting inning, if you want to call it that, from in regards to runs scored and runners on base pass in the first inning, it's been a fairly quiet game since. Pitchers settling down. A few runs coming across the board for Spanish Fork, but otherwise we've seen the pitchers start to dial it in a little bit.
Wahlberger's the 1-2 and strike three looking. Mason Morgan to the plate now for Skyline. Wahlberger works quick. I was just going to say he's feeling really good about things. Then he bounced about a 60-footer in.
I might give that like 57 feet. That ball didn't even make it to a white line.
Outside, ball two. Morgan plunked earlier. Now looks at a strike. Swing fouled straight back. Evens things up 2-2.
Yeah, what we've seen out of Skyline these last 2 days is that they are persistent, and what they will do is start putting pressure on the other team to make the plays. And what we have seen them do is, with that pressure, strike three is called. Another strikeout looking. 2 strikeouts in a row.
Back to back, backward Ks.
What we've seen Skyline do is just get runners on base and then just keep putting the pressure on. And it isn't until you can prove that you can get them out that they're out of the game.
So Zayden Butcher steps in. Butcher struck out his first at bat. Lines it back up in the middle. Off the pitcher, and he's going to get on. So Wahlberger took it off. It looked like his thigh. Spun towards third base. Too much English on the ball to make a play. So Skyline with 2 outs as a base runner. And now number 23.
Coach heading out to make sure he's all right.
Nick Jones steps in. So it looks like Wahlberger's all right.
Nick Jones, I believe.
Jones hits .316. takes the first pitch, strike one. Wahlberg delivers strike two.
Jones not close to that pitch. Good breaking pitch from Wahlberger. I think if you're a pitcher here, attack him right here.
And strike three. So he strikes out the side, and Spanish Fork, after 4 full, leads 4-3.
Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tap responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
So Carson Atkinson remains the pitcher for Skyline as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Matai Johnson, DH for Spanish Fork, steps in. Johnson watches ball one.
Tie with a sacrifice fly in the first, scoring a run, and then strikeout in the second.
Atkinson's done a good job of avoiding hard contact other than the triple by Warren. And that foul ball.
Oh! There's a, for those that couldn't see, that ball was ripped into the bullpen down on the left field side, and there's one of the standing batter dummies that is down there, and it hit him square in the head down there. Just so everybody heard me correctly, that was a plastic dummy down there, just a stand-in batter for pitchers to practice, and that one domed him.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Atkinson. And pushes the count to 1-2. Atkinson's got a good job of pitching the entire strike zone. He's come inside. He's gone outside, high and low. Curveball in the dirt. Swing and a miss. And the throw to first gets him.
Oh, great job. So I got to commend everybody on this play. So ball in the dirt, kicks away. It's a drop third strike if he swings. So what you see is both catcher, runner, and umpire immediately jump. Umpire asks first base umpire if it's a swing, while the other two are running and finishing out the play. That's just good baseball. That's proper baseball right there.
Good play there by Skyline. And Atkinson throwing good. Pintar at the plate. Atkinson just misses outside. So the winner of this game will play at 7 o'clock tonight against Westfield. Ball fouled back. Strike two.
And you know the Spanish Fork Dons, they want that rematch after last night's loss, the way it went down.
And this one's in the dirt, ball two. So 2-2 count. 1 out, top of the 5th inning. Spanish Fork, top-ranked team of the state. Swing, line drive into right field. And Pintar picks up a hit.
Well, you know Pintar's been wanting that one for a while. He had a tough game last night. A little bit of a tough game so far, 0 for 2 up until this point right here. Finally gets the barrel to the ball. That's got to feel good for him.
Good little inside-out swing. Let that pitch travel, and he pushed it through the hole in the right. So chance now for Cody McClain. Good pitch, strike one. So again, Atkinson came in for Steven Pedroza, the starter for Skyline, who went out with an arm injury. This is low with that one. Goes over to first. Back in time is Pintar. I think anybody who was here for that game last night between Spanish Fork and Westfield would love to see a rematch. And a ball ripped into left, right at the left fielder. Hayes Marshall makes the play. And 2 outs. So again, Atkinson pitching around some guys, getting soft contact. That ball was hit pretty hard, but right at the left fielder. So another out. It's Colin Nilsson to the plate. Excuse me, Boston Duvall. First pitch. This is a little high. Pintar on first, 2 outs. Atkinson. And a attempted bunt. Obviously trying to bunt for a base hit with 2 outs. Nick Jones, new third baseman for Skyline, playing off the line and deep.
Yeah, pretty much giving him that bunt. If
Yeah.
he can get it down, you'll see him creep up now just a little bit. Yeah, but realistically,
Yeah, that's a
get-
tough play from that deep.
you get that bunt down, it's an easy walk to first.
Line drive into right field. Right at Abe Wilson. So Skyline again comes up with a 0 on the board, and Spanish Fork leads 4-3. We'll be back for the bottom of 5 after this.
Okay, so now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Welcome back to Utah Valley University 5A State Baseball Tournament. Spanish Fork, the number 1 seed, taking on number 21 seed Skyline, and we're in an elimination bracket. So winner keeps playing, loser goes home. Wahlberger, first pitch just outside.
Well, you can get a sense of it too. I mean, both these teams know what's at stake. It's a 6-3 ball game. 6-3.
Pop fly, Papadakis onto the infield.
Excuse me, 4-3 ball game. Scoreboard is incorrect in the outfield.
Pintar makes the play, first out. And again, Wahlberger came in with 1 out in the first inning and has done a fantastic job shutting down the Skyline offense. Skyline had a golden opportunity, bases loaded. They did pick up 3, but they left 3 on. So somehow they've got to generate a run or 2 here. Cole Muse fouls the first pitch back. Now it goes to 0-1. This is outside. Scoreboard shows 6-3 is the score, but the score's 4-3. Somebody's mom will come up and let them know, I'm sure. Swing, fly ball into right field. And there to make the play, Abe Wilson. 2 quick outs. Brings number 99, Andrew Johnson, who's played third and first base today. He's back at first.
Now at the plate, number 99, Andrew Johnson.
Ground outs to third base in the first, shortstop in the third.
Swing and a miss, or swing and a foul ball. Excuse me.
Andrew Johnson was 4 for 4 yesterday. Liking to find another one of those hits.
Weak grounder back to the pitcher. And a quick out. Quick 3 outs for Spanish Fork. So we'll go to the top of the 6th. Spanish Fork leads 4-3.
Baseball and softball injuries are difficult, especially when you're trying to continue competing at a high level. At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes overcome pain, improve performance, and stay on the field longer. From shoulder and elbow injuries to back, hip, and knee pain, our experts understand the unique demands of throwing, hitting, and rotational sports. Whether you're a competitive, collegiate, professional, or recreational athlete, our individual approach is built specifically for you. Visit www.athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today.
Top of the 6th inning now. Cohen Nilsson, the shortstop for the Dons, steps in. Atkinson still on the mound for Skyline. Bunt attempt, laid down. Atkinson gets it, and late with a throw. Cohen Nilsson getting down the line quick. And a bunt for a base hit. Typically, you bunt the ball straight back to the pitcher. You're not going to beat that out, but Cohen ran that one out.
Yeah, you actually saw a benefit of the turf here. A lot of times, I know we talk a lot about the turf, but if you looked at that ball, how it was bunted, had backspin on it. So as soon as it hit the turf, it actually rolled a slight distance away from the pitcher, who is the only play on that ball, and that is the reason why I gave Cohen just enough time to beat it out to first.
Good point there. So Cohen, good lead, first base. Atkinson goes over. And back to the top of the lineup, Nixon Warren with a triple earlier. He squares the bunt, lays one down the third base line.
No
a
play
beautiful
here.
bunt.
No
Let
play
it go.
here.
Let it go. And he touched it while it was fair.
Yeah, you're right. Dave, you're right there. So on that play right there as a third baseman, you can tell just a little experience. Yeah, I think that ball probably stays fair, but there is almost no consequence just to kind of let it dribble. And if it stops moving still in fair territory, you're still in the exact same situation. Just no play on that ball at all. Perfect bunt.
Yeah, beautiful job there from Nixon Warren. So a triple, and then he follows it up with a bunt for a single. Atkinson delivers another square. So this time Dart squares around. And I think that they probably realize Nick Jones at third base is not experienced. And they're going to take advantage of that.
Well, you can see the Spanish Fork Dons, the coaching staff's experience here, understanding the situation, needing base runners to get ahead.
Dart squares, Atkinson steps off.
And if it's working, sometimes you just kind of keep going back to the well until it dries up.
Kind of disrupt his rhythm and flow a little bit. And this time it's bunted down the right field line. First base side, Johnson lets it go foul. O2's the count. Runners on first and second. No outs. Top of the 6th inning. Spanish Fork looking to extend their lead a little bit. 7 hits so far. They've out-hit Skyline 7-2, but they only got the 1-run lead.
Yeah, you got a feeling, though, that Spanish Fork's ready to blow this thing open, though.
Atkinson misses high. But again, Atkinson's done a good job of avoiding hard contact and popped out a couple of the Dons. Tough spot here, though. Nobody out, 2 on. And the ball gets passed.
Yeah, and that's just really tough. You know, you're Atkinson, you're 1 pitch away from double play ball and really just not giving Spanish Fork a chance. Wild pitch now moves the runners up. Nobody out. Spanish Fork set up for a big inning right now.
Skyline moves their infielders in. and Dart at the plate. 2-2. Swing. Ground ball to first. And Andrew
Good
Johnson
play.
picks it clean. And Skyline, good job defensively there. Johnson looked back the runner. A lot of times, ball hit to the opposite side of the right side of the field, they'll go on contact, but not that time.
Here's Coach Hayes with some strategy, putting on number 5, Trig Clower, and I would too with the way that kid's been swinging the bat, but now you've got to force it every base, double play ball up the middle. You probably don't do that if you have nobody out. You try to do exactly what you just did. Now with one out, get out of this inning in one swing.
So middle infielder's back at double play depth. And Pratt Morley swings a heavy bat as well, the left fielder. Bases loaded, one out. And ball in the dirt. Papadakis does a good job to smother that. Ball one.
And if you're Spanish Fork, you need Pratt Morley to come up big for you right here.
Swing and a miss. Done a pretty good job of mixing his pitches up. A couple of curveballs in a row once in a while, but Atkinson done an admirable job thus far. This one's low. 2-1. Morley knows at some point he's got to throw it over the plate. He missed that first fastball with the swing and the miss. Swings and misses again. Maybe a changeup there, you think?
Yeah, something soft. Stayed down in the zone. Swung over the top. Atkins shaking off the sign.
Breaking ball in for strike three.
What a pitch by Atkinson. What guts to come back in with what looks like the same pitch, but this time to spot it up on the inside corner. 2 outs.
He strikes out Morley looking. And Matai Johnson now, as Skyline comes out, talks with Atkinson. We'll see if they keep him. He's really done a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think this meeting here is, hey, we got 2 outs, bases loaded. Here's how we're going to handle this. This is how we're going to pitch Matai Johnson. Matai Johnson, who is currently 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a sacrifice fly. They just want to make sure everybody's on the same page, catcher included, just to make sure they know exactly what they're going to do with this hitter here. No place to put him.
Both pitchers came in early. Well, relief pitchers came in early. Skyline with an injury to Pedroza, and Sway Nilsson just unable to get outs, and they pulled him quick, likely to maybe save him for this next game if they're able to pull off a win here. So 2 outs. Atkinson works against Matai Johnson, the DH. First pitch, good one. This one in the dirt, and Cohen thought about going, but gets back to third, so evens the count at 1-1.
These are big time moments in the state championship right here. Top of the 6th inning, season on the line for both teams.
Swing line, ground ball through. And that's going to score 2 for Spanish Fork. Big time hit there from Matai Johnson. Huge difference between a 1-run lead and a 3-run lead. Spanish Fork now up 6-3 here in the top of the 6th inning.
Matai Johnson coming through big right there. Understanding the role here. He needs to put a ball in play, put it in play hard. Does so by finding the 5-6 hole. Scoring 2 runs, 6-3 lead for the Spanish Fork Dons.
So Pintower, the third baseman, comes up now. Axon misses outside. And we talked about it. The longer you let a team hang around, the more opportunity, the more confidence they have. So those 2 runs were big there for Spanish Fork. Atkinson misses high. So Pintar ahead the count 2-0. Pintar cue balls it to first base. Andrew Johnson picks it up. And that's the third out, but Spanish Fork picks up 2 runs, and they lead 6-3. We'll be back for the bottom of 6 after this message.
Days working on.
Welcome back to Utah Valley University, UCCU Ballpark. Dave Harrison, and Mike Matthews, part of the KSL Rewind team, broadcasting the 6A and 5A state baseball tournaments here. 5A here at Utah Valley. Number 1 seeded Spanish Fork, defending state champions, have been in a dogfight here with Skyline. Just able to extend the lead now to 3 runs. As we start the bottom of the 6th inning, Abe Wilson comes to the plate for the Eagles. And Wahlberger, who's done a nice job for Spanish Fork, misses high with ball 1. Swing and a foul ball out of play. Evens the count 1-1. Wilson waits, swings, line drive, center field, and right at Nixon Warren. Pretty
Nice.
solid contact there.
Yeah, nice play there. Good swing, too. Skyline now counting outs.
5 outs away from a rematch with Westfield, who came back from 6 down to win in the 7th inning yesterday. So Marshall watches the first one low.
Reminder of Game 3 coming up next between Pleasant Grove and Maple Mountain. Also a rematch of our winner's bracket game from yesterday.
Wahlberg misses high.
That'll be coming up at 4:30 right after this game.
Marshall looks at ball 3.
Although with the type of games that we've seen, this one still seems a bit far from over.
Yeah. Wahlberg with a strike on 3-0. So Marshall needs to find a way to get on base. And he does. Free pass there from Wahlberger. That brings up Mason Papadakis, center fielder.
Mason 0 for 2 on today. Fielder's choice in the first, struck out in the 4th.
See how aggressive Skyline is on the base paths. Pitch, Papadakis takes strike 1. Wahlberger misses low. Hayes Marshall on first. Papadakis at the plate, swings, fouls it back, out of play. Feels like Skyline really needs to get a run or two across here in this 6th inning. Wahlberg misses high. Hasn't been quite as efficient this inning with strike zone.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Hayes has talked to the team about it already, saying, look, we don't need all three runs here. We just need a few, go hold them, come back and take care of it in the next inning.
Swing, line drive into right center, and down for a base hit. Marshall heads to third. The ball's cut off, and that allows Papadakis to get to second. So a huge hit there from Mason Papadakis, center fielder. And the tying run is now at the plate. Mason Morgan, the second baseman.
Yeah, good job by Mason there, just poking that one in the right center. Good base running by Hayes Marshall to push hard to get to third.
So they're going to pull Rhett Wahlberger, who's done a fantastic job thus far. And we'll take a break and check out who the next pitcher is for Spanish Fork. So bottom of 6. 6-3 is our score. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Utah Valley University. Number 4 in for Spanish Fork on the mound, Jason Pintard, played third base. So the third pitcher for Spanish Fork this afternoon against Skyline. Skyline's kind of playing on house money here. You know, they come in as a 21 seed, and they've made it this far into bracket play. Pretty great ending of a season. Obviously, it's not over. We still got 5 outs, but pretty good opportunity they've given themselves here.
Yeah, you like what they've done with this opportunity to get here, having to win multiple games, to be here, and you can see it in the way they play the game. They're gritty. They want to be in every play. They don't take plays off. They do the right thing so far. Coach Hayes done a great job of coaching this team and getting them this far into the state tournament.
Mason Morgan swings and misses on pitch number 1. Good looking pitch there for Pintard. Runners on second, third. Really need to score at least one of these. High popped up to the infield. Sammy Dart settles under it. Out number 2. So that brings Zayden Butcher to the plate. Number 2. I think he reached last time.
Yeah, good job by Pintar to come in and get a pop-up to the infield. That is exactly what the Spanish Fork Don coaching staff would hope he would be coming in and doing. Butcher with a single in his last at bat.
Pintar delivers. Line drive into left field. Foul ball. Just a little behind that. If that gets down, that scores 2 runs. So we'll see if Butcher can come through. Quickly down 0-2. Like he fouled that one off his ankle. That hurts. I did that 35 years ago, and I still feel it when low pressures come in. So the ump gives him a little bit of time to walk that off. Down 0-2. Runners on second and third. Jason Pintar trying to come in and close this 6th inning down. Swing. Ground ball to short. He bobbles. Throw not in time, and a run scores. Zayden Butcher puts the ball in play, and Cohen Nilsson unable to come up with it cleanly. And again, you wonder if it's the turf a little bit. It changes the timing. It skips a little different. You don't get quite the same hops. But
yeah, I think that right there is the pressure of the moment in a way. Runners coming across in front of you, you lose track of it just a little bit.
Now they've brought Steven Pedroza back. Pulled for an injury earlier, but he's back in to hit and swings at the first pitch, fouled it back. So Pedroza's starting pitcher hurt his elbow early, came out, tried to play in the infield, and during warmups he was unable to throw the ball over. So he's been out of the game until now, but he's back in a huge spot here. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Pedroza, one of the better hitters for the Eagles. A little conference with the coach. They've cut the lead to 6-4 now.
Can't keep Pedroza off the field. You know, he's probably in that dugout talking to the coaches. It's like, hey, this happens, I'm back in. You're putting me back in.
Let me hit.
More of a statement than a question, right? He wants to be in there in these moments.
Pintar paints the outside corner. And 0-2 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of 6. Skyline with runners on first and third. Base hit will be huge here for Pedroza. And he takes off. Now they're in a rundown. They go home.
Oh!
And he drops the ball. He's safe at home. So the attempted double steal, and Papadakis comes home from third. And we've got a 6-5 score. So just kind of that slow steal, force your opponent to throw the ball around. And even the top team in the state makes mistakes.
Yeah, see, that's Coach Hayes right there, a product of Spanish Fork himself. Matter of fact, he's coaching against former teammates on the other side, saying, look, we're going to make you guys make plays to get us out. Manufacturing the second run of this inning, getting Skyline back within 1 run.
Pedroza fouls another one off. So now Pedroza with the base hit could score Butcher from second. He's going to be running on contact with 2 outs. We'll see if Pedroza can't find some grass. Pitch. Curveball. Misses high. That's a hard pitch to take right there.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to swing from up here.
Yeah, good discipline there by Pedroza.
1-2 count. Pitch on the way.
Oh.
Gets away.
Oh,
foul ball.
Home plate umpire all over that immediately.
So he's got to be brushing little black pellets off
Yeah.
the plate, I guess. There's no dirt.
Is it habit at this point just to
I
go
think
brush
so.
it
I
off
mean,
after something like that?
You see these guys kicking dirt, but it's not even there. Utah Valley with a turf field. Pitch misses outside.
Good job by Trig Clower to keep that ball in front.
What a gutsy call to send him home on that double steal.
Yep. Well, you think you got 1 run across, so you've kind of gotten a little bit into their lead, and you're thinking an 0-2 count at the plate. Hey, let's try something here. Big time situation.
Pedroza had that timed up, just missed it.
Yeah, Coach Hayes with a gutsy call that pays off. Well executed. Should say better executed on the side of Skyline.
Pedroza hits .345. Pitch. Swung. Line drive into center field. And caught on the run. Nixon Warren saves a run. But Skyline answers with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. So we go to the top of the 7th. Spanish Fork leads 6-5. We'll be back. Welcome back in. We get ready for the 7th inning here at Utah Valley University State 5A baseball tournament. Number 1 seeded Spanish Fork will be at bat. They've got the 6-5 lead. They've out-hit Skyline 8-3, but just the 1-run lead. So Skyline's hung around. New pitcher, Zayden Butcher, will come in. He's got one save on the year, 7.5 ERA. And he'll face Cody McLean. So he's got the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
And we talked about Skyline always seeming to answering back in this state tournament. Spanish Fork putting 2 up in the 6th. Now Skyline answering immediately back with 2 in the bottom of the 6th.
Butcher starts him out with a fastball on the outside part of the plate for a strike. McLean. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So 2 pitches from Butcher, both strikes. The second one hit hard up the middle. So that brings Duvall to the plate, number 9. So McLean at first, ball at the plate, and Butcher on the hill. Pitch misses outside. It looked like Duvall may be squaring to bunt.
Yep.
And anytime you can add extra runs in the bottom or in the last inning. Squares again, this one in the dirt, and he takes off. McLean makes it in safely to second.
That play shouldn't have been close, and Papadakis with an athletic throw on the money. Nearly able to get McLean.
So they've got Pedroza out now at second base. Skyline does. Multi-tooled player, Pedroza. So Duvall at the plate, squares, can't get it down. Fouls it back, so 2-1 the count.
Yeah, you can see Spanish Fork here playing for at least a run, trying to get this runner in scoring position just to kind of pad the lead just a little bit. 1 run is not enough, obviously, as Skyline's already scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th.
Squares again, this one high. Skyline will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters up at the bottom of the 7th inning. So Butcher works out of the stretch. Bunt down, right back to Butcher. Cleans it safe, fields it cleanly, makes the throw. On out number 1, but Spanish Fork gets a runner over to third base. Colin Nelson to the plate. Big hit last at bat. Third Skyline pitcher, Zayden Butcher, with 1 save on the year. He delivers all 1. Skyline's got the infield in. Trying to cut this runner off at home. Ball 2. The inside ball popped up to the infield. We've got to run back, and Pedroza misses it. And that's going to score a run. It looked like a little bit of confusion between shortstop and the second baseman. And with that wind blowing, took that just offline, and Pedroza took his eye off it right at the last second. Allowed that ball to drop and the run to score.
Yeah, Pedroza definitely had the beat on in the beginning, calling it early, just unable to stay underneath it, to stay locked in on it, and drops in. Spanish Fork getting another run, 7-5 lead.
So Warren, Nixon Warren, the center fielder at the plate. Nelson on first. Pitch is low, ball 2. So big insurance run there for Spanish Fork. And Warren waits for the 2-0. Gets the outside corner. So again, the winner of this ball game will play at 7 o'clock tonight against Westfield. Westfield on a 22-game win streak. Ball popped up into the
Same
infield,
play.
same place. But throws the backs out and he makes this play. Second out of the inning. So Sammy Dart, first baseman, at the plate for Spanish Fork. Cohen Nilsson with the lead at first. Pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. 0-1 to Sammy Dart. Butcher checks the runner. Comes home with it. Ball's low. Runner takes off. Throw
Got
is
it.
on time. And a beautiful throw and a tag. Papadakis erases Cohen Nilsson. So Skyline down 2 going into the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Utah Valley University UCCU Ballpark. Dave Harrison alongside Mike Matthews. Bottom of the 7th inning, Skyline down 2 against top-seeded Spanish Fork. And if we have seen anything in this tournament, you cannot count anybody out. And Skyline, they are scrappy and manufactured runs and have figured out a way to stay in this ball game. They come in 15-19 as a 21 seed and pushing Spanish Fork to the limit. So Peyton Papadakis pops out first pitch into shallow right field. And one pitch, one out.
And if you're Spanish Fork, one pitch, one out feels amazing. It's one of those things. This is a well-coached team. This is a team that won a state championship last year. They've been here. They know what it feels like, but they also understand that you can't give teams like Skyline a chance. And to come in and get one pitch and one out, there's a lot of pressure off of you now if you're Spanish Fork.
Good to get that leadoff runner out. Pintar, this is a high. Cole Muse, third baseman, hits third for Skyline. And he gets pegged hard right in the elbow. Kind of good and bad with that. He's in a lot of pain, but he's really happy to be on first base. Kind of like watching your mother-in-law drive your Cadillac off a cliff.
You said it, not me. Still moving around down there in pain.
So Skyline still alive. The wild thing, Andrew Johnson, number 99 at the plate. So the tying run at the plate, just one out. So Skyline looks like they're going to run for him. So Muse comes out, and they send in
42.
Jackie Robinson. 42. Let's see if I've got a. So Johnson, first pitch swings, foul ball out of play. Wes Thornton, the runner at first.
Skyline down to their 2 outs left in their season unless they can tie this game.
Johnson watches strike 2. Johnson with 3 home runs on the year.
You know, Johnson would love to get a hit here. 0 for 3 on today.
Pitar, the stretch, delivers, hits him. Back to back, hit by pitch, and Skyline with a winning run at the plate. Abe Wilson, the right fielder. Little Spanish Fort. Not making things easy on themselves. So, well, it looked like they were going to send in another pinch runner. But they decide otherwise, so Johnson stays in at first.
Well, you're going to have somebody
Of course,
else run.
just as I said that, they had to find the fast guy. So,
Number 10.
Dixon. Griffin Dixon.
Abe Wilson to the plate now. Spanish Fork, 7-5 lead, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th.
Big spot here. But Wilson calls timeout as Pintar is in his windup. Pitchers hate that.
Oh, we got another timeout.
Hey, you can't take them home. You might as well call your timeouts. So now, after a pitch, they're going to pitch run for giving everybody a chance.
Number 13 now.
Rex Hamilton now running for Skyline. He's on first base. Big spot here for Abe Wilson. Ball outside. Ton of pressure now. Spanish Fort, 1 out. Skyline with runners on first and second. And the number 5 hitter, Abe Wilson, at the plate for Skyline. Jason Pintar, the pitcher for the Dons. Line drive, fly ball hit to right field down the line, and a play made. Tagged, throw to third, not in time, cut off. So 2 outs now. Skyline down to their final out, and Hayes Marshall comes to the plate.
Another big out for Spanish Fork. Hayes Marshall up now, walking his last at bat, single in his first at bat.
So 2 outs. Force on at first or second.
Spanish Fork hoping for a rematch for Westfield's 1 out away. Skyline trying to preserve their season.
Marshall at the plate, watches strike 1. Just the fact that Skyline is in a position with 1 swing of the bat, they could beat Spanish Fork in the tournament, knock them out. It's pretty remarkable. And pitch misses outside. 1-1. Skyline with runners on the corners. Really well played ball game by Skyline today. Pitch misses high. Pintar delivers. Swing, foul back. So down to their final strike, Skyline. Down 2. And Hayes Marshall at the plate. Runners on the corners. Bottom of 7. Swing. And this one foul off the light pole all the way back into left field. So Marshall stays alive. Marshall with a couple RBI today. So Pintar from the stretch. Pitch. Outside. Struck him out looking. And Spanish Fork gets the win. Tough fought victory over Skyline, 7-5. And Pintar finishes things off for Spanish Fork.
Now, what a good fought game by Skyline, this 21 seed who comes into the tournament as a massive underdog, comes in and comes after the state champions from last year, bringing it within 2 runs, giving the state champs everything they can handle.
So Spanish Fork advances with the 7-5 victory here this afternoon over Skyline. Rhett Wahlberger does a fantastic job, comes in relief after just 1 out in the first inning. Throws 4 shutout innings and gets the win for Spanish Fork. So Spanish Fork moves on. They'll play tonight against Westfield in the rematch of a fantastic game we saw last night. And looking forward to that one.
Yes, sir. And congrats again to a great season by Skyline. You can't hang your heads on this. They punched a big hole into the playoffs. Great job by Coach Hayes and his team.
So that'll wrap things up for this ball game. I'm Dave Harrison for Mike Matthews and Vincent Francis. 7-5 Spanish Fork wins. We'll be back with the next game here in 30 minutes.